Do you remember the insanity of 2022? Bidding wars, lines around the block just to see an open house, people paying $50,000 over asking price for a house they had never even stepped foot in. We were told that real estate only goes up. We were told that if you didn't buy now, you would be priced out forever. They were wrong. In 2026, the American housing market isn't just cooling down. In 10 specific cities, it is freezing over. We are witnessing the destruction of over $2 trillion in household equity. Millions of families who bought at the peak are now trapped. They owe the bank $500,000 for a house that is now worth $400,000. They can't sell, they can't refinance, they can't move. This is the great regret. But if you were sitting on cash, or if you were a first-time buyer who refused to overpay 3 years ago, this is the moment you have been waiting for. The bubble has finally popped. Today, we are going deep. We are analyzing inventory levels, foreclosure data, and the insurance crisis to count down the top 10 cities where home prices are crashing right now. These are the markets where sellers are desperate and prices are falling by double digits. Is your city on the list? Let's find out. Number 10, Nashville, Tennessee. Music City, the bachelorette capital of the world, and for a few years, the hottest real estate casino in America. To understand why Nashville is crashing, you have to understand why it boomed. This wasn't just families moving in. This was a speculative frenzy. Investors from California and New York bought up thousands of single-family homes and luxury condos with one goal: short-term rentals. They turned neighborhoods into hotels. They drove the median price up to a staggering $570,000. But in 2026, the music stopped. Nashville is currently seeing an 8.5% drop in home values. Why? Because of the supply glut. Look at the skyline. See those cranes? They are finishing thousands of luxury condo units that were planned 3 years ago, but nobody wants them anymore. Interest rates are too high for investors to make a profit on Airbnb, and local wages in Tennessee cannot support $500,000 condos. We spoke to a local agent who told us 2 years ago, a new build in East Nashville would sell in 4 hours with 10 offers. Today, I have listings that have been sitting for 120 days. We've cut the price 3 times, and nobody is even coming to the open house. If you want to buy in Nashville, patience is your weapon. The sellers are holding on, hoping for a miracle, but the inventory numbers say the crash is just getting started. Number 9, Salt Lake City, Utah. They call this area Silicon Slopes. It's clean, it's safe, and it has incredible access to nature. For a long time, it was the best-kept secret in the West. But then, the secret got out. Between 2020 and 2023, Salt Lake City saw home prices explode by nearly 60%. It was one of the fastest appreciations in American history. Tech workers from the Bay Area realized they could sell a shack in San Francisco and buy a mansion in Utah. They arrived with cash and they decimated the local market. Now, here's the problem. The average family in Utah makes about $90,000 a year, but the average house cost over $600,000. The math simply doesn't work. The locals stopped buying because they couldn't, and now that the tech workers have stopped moving, the market has hit a wall. We are seeing a 10.2% correction. Prices have fallen from a peak of $620,000 down to $556,000. That's a loss of over $60,000 in equity. And there's another fear factor here: the Great Salt Lake. Environmental concerns about the lake drying up and creating toxic dust storms have spooked long-term investors. When you combine an environmental crisis with an affordability crisis, you get a market in free fall. Number 8, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach is famous for three things: golf, the boardwalk, and being affordable. It was the place where the middle class went to buy a vacation home. But in 2026, Myrtle Beach is ground zero for the second home slaughter. When the economy gets tough, what's the first thing people sell? They don't sell their primary home, they sell the vacation condo. With inflation squeezing American families, fewer people are booking expensive beach trips. The rental income that investors relied on has dried up. Suddenly, that condo isn't an asset making money, it's a liability costing $2,000 a month in HOA fees and insurance. Panic selling has begun. Prices are down 12%. The median home fell from $380,000 down to $334,000. We are seeing a flood of inventory hitting the market all at once. If you have cash, you can pick up a beach condo for prices we haven't seen since 2019. But be warned, the HOA fees and insurance costs along the coast are rising just as fast as the property values are falling. Number 7. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix was the poster child for the pandemic boom. For a while, it seemed like the entire country was moving to the desert. But Phoenix was also the playground for a dangerous experiment, the iBuyers. Massive corporations bought thousands of homes in Phoenix using algorithms. They paid cash, they paid over asking, and they drove the market up artificially. They treated houses like Bitcoin. Now, the algorithm broke. These corporations are holding thousands of homes that are less than they paid, and they are dumping them. The result is a 13.5% crash. Prices have fallen from nearly $500,000 down to $423,000. But it's not just the corporations, it's the heat. We are seeing climate migration in reverse. People who moved here in 2022 realized that living in 115 degrees heat for 4 months straight is miserable. Their electric bills hit $600 a month. They're packing up and leaving. Phoenix has more inventory sitting on the market right now than at any point since the 2008 crash.
Number 6. Las Vegas, Nevada. There's an old saying in economics: when the US economy gets a cold, Las Vegas gets pneumonia. Vegas is a luxury city. It relies on tourism, gambling, and excess income. When Americans feel broke, they stop going to Vegas. And the pain is here. Home prices in Las Vegas have dropped 14%. The peak was $475,000. Today, it's barely holding at $408,000. We're seeing a massive spike in foreclosures in North Las Vegas. This is a boom and bust town, and right now, we're deep in the bust cycle. Unless you're getting a steal of a deal, stay away from the neon lights. Number 5. Boise, Idaho. If you want to see what a Zoomtown bust looks like, look no further than Boise. In 2021, this was statistically the most overvalued real estate market in America. It was madness. Remote workers from California and Seattle flocked here in droves. They sold their tiny apartments for $1 million and bought mansions in Idaho for $500,000. They bid $50,000, sometimes $100,000 over asking price. The locals were completely priced out. Teachers, police officers, and nurses could no longer afford to live in the city they served. But then came the return-to-office mandates. Amazon, Microsoft, and Google told their employees to come back to their desks. Suddenly, living in a potato field in Idaho wasn't an option anymore. The migration reversed. The Californians rushed to put their houses on the market to move back, but there was no one left to buy them. The locals were priced out, and the investors had moved on. Boise is currently seeing a 16% crash. Prices fell from $550,000 down to $462,000. Inventory has exploded in triple digits. Houses that used to sell in 4 hours are now sitting for 4 months. Sellers are chasing the market down, cutting prices by $10,000 every few weeks just to get a showing. The Zoom boom is officially over. Number 4. San Francisco, California. We talk a lot about San Francisco's commercial real estate crash, but the residential market is bleeding just as badly. This is a market that defied gravity for decades. People thought San Francisco real estate was bulletproof. They were wrong. Prices here have dropped 18%. Now, you might say, who cares? It's still expensive. And you're right. The median price dropped from $1.6 million to $1.31 million. But stop and think about the dollar amount. That is a loss of nearly $300,000 in value. That is more than the cost of an entire house in Ohio, vanished from your net worth in less than 2 years. Why is this happening? The tech exodus. The buyer pool has been gutted, and high interest rates hit jumbo loans the hardest. Even rich tech workers can't afford the math anymore. Sellers in San Francisco are learning a hard lesson. A house is only worth what someone is willing and able to pay for it. Number 3. Northport, Florida. Located in Sarasota County, Northport was one of the fastest-growing cities in America 2 years ago. It was affordable, near the beach, and brand new. Developers couldn't build fast enough. But Northport is the epicenter of the insurance crisis. Many of the homes here are in flood zones. After recent hurricanes, insurance premiums didn't just go up, they doubled or tripled. Imagine buying a house for $400,000 and your monthly mortgage is $2,000, but your insurance and taxes add another $1,000 a month. Buyers simply cannot qualify for loans with those insurance costs, so prices have to come down to compensate. Northport has seen a 20% drop in home values, from $450,000 down to $360,000. We're seeing tragic distress sales. Retirees who moved here in 2022 on a fixed income realized they can't afford the insurance and they're panic selling at a loss just to get out before the next storm hits. Number 2. Cape Coral, Florida. Cape Coral is unique. It is a city built almost entirely of canals and waterfront homes. It sells the Florida dream better than almost anywhere else. A boat in your backyard under 500 grand? Sign me up. But that dream has a dark side. Cape Coral was devastated by Hurricane Ian, and it hasn't fully recovered psychologically. This is what we call rebuild fatigue. Investors who bought damaged homes to flip them are running out of money. Homeowners tired of evacuating are listing their homes. The result? A massive flood of inventory. There are more houses for sale in Cape Coral right now per capita than almost anywhere else in the U.S. Cape Coral prices have crashed 22%. The median price fell from $480,000 to $374,000. Here is a shocking stat. More than 60% of all listings in Cape Coral currently have a price cut. Sellers are desperate. If you have cash and you aren't afraid of hurricanes, you can rob people blind in Cape Coral right now. But for the sellers, it is a financial tragedy. Number 1. Austin, Texas. The tech wreck, the pandemic darling, the city that everyone moved to. Austin, Texas is officially the leader of the housing crash. When Elon Musk moved Tesla here and Joe Rogan set up shop, it sent a signal to the world. Speculators flooded the market. Builders started putting up houses as fast as they could. They built thousands of condos, apartments, and luxury homes. They built for a population boom that slowed down. The result is a supply glut of biblical proportions. Austin prices have crashed 24.5%. The peak was $650,000. Today, it is under $490,000. That's a loss of $160,000 in value. Entire neighborhoods of new construction are sitting empty. Builders are offering free upgrades, buying down interest rates, and slashing prices just to move units. The tech industry is contracting. Layoffs at major tech firms in Austin mean fewer high-income buyers. Austin is a cautionary tale of what happens when hype outpaces reality. It's a fantastic city, but it was priced like it was San Francisco, and it's not. It's Texas, and prices are returning to Texas levels. So what does this mean for you? If you are a seller in these 10 cities, I'm sorry, the days of multiple offers and waiving inspections are gone. You have to be realistic, or your house will sit forever. But if you're a buyer, patience is your superpower. The bubble has burst. Gravity is taking over. In markets like Austin, Boise, and Florida, the power has shifted back to you. Don't catch a falling knife, but keep your eyes open. The deals of a lifetime are starting to appear. I want to hear from you. Are you seeing price cuts in your neighborhood, or are prices still going up where you live? Let me know your city and state in the comments below. We track the housing market every single week. If you want to stay ahead of the crash and find the next safe haven, hit that subscribe button. I'm the American Exit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.